Hello, beautiful souls. How is everybody doing? Hell's bells, I've had probably the most challenging 5 or 6 weeks in a very long time. And it started September 21st, which was the fall equinox and the partial solar eclipse and International Peace Day, which is the anniversary that my father passed. And I just knew that was going to be a powerful day. And I had some invitations to go to some other events, but I just didn't want to be, I wanted it to be small and simple. So I invited a dear friend of mine to do this very, what I thought, simple ceremony to, just to acknowledge this powerful day, this energetic day. So we did a celebration where at the epoch of the solar eclipse, we were silent for 11 minutes, just really focusing on our hearts and just trying not to think about too much. At the end of that 11 minutes, we said, we all contracts and vows made out of fear are all now null and void. May the sun shine upon us so that we can remember the truth of who we are. Beautiful, right? Then we danced a little bit, played a little frisbee outside. Well, the next day I woke up with such a heavy, it was almost dread-like feeling. Like it's just like every thought, everything that was hidden, everything that needed to be acknowledged was heavy on my heart, like really heavy. So I do what I do most days, which is walk barefoot around the neighborhood. Only this time I'm crying. I'm like, what is this? And all of a sudden, Spirit says, my soul says, you asked for this. And I'm like, okay. And I'm walking some more still, like just totally processing all this heaviness that's upon me. And then I hear my soul say, what is your truth? And it wasn't like, what is your truth, like the truth, but what is your truth? And I knew, like, right now in this moment. And in that moment, I wasn't very happy. I wasn't happy with the environment I was in. I wasn't happy how my life had been turning out. I wasn't happy with some of the relationships I'm in. I wasn't happy how I was showing up in the world. It was like I was holding a beach ball underwater, trying to like override all the unhappiness and the disheartenedness that I was experiencing in my life. And so I just kept saying all the things that were really true. What was my truth? What is true? So I did that, and it kind of helped elevate me a little bit. But that night, when I was going to bed, it was like I needed to go deeper into that. And, I've done years of shadow work with Debbie Ford, but never like this. I have a new meaning for the dark night of the soul, but I think it was the igniting, embracing the soul. And I went into every mistake I'd made, every regret I had, every betrayal, every lie, everything for about 2.5 hours in bed, like pretty much in the fetal position. Instead of me overriding it with rainbows and unicorns, which I'm very good at, I just went in. I just allowed myself to face all of it fully and completely. And as it would be, how loved and supported we are when we go through these very challenging, disheartening times in our lives. I had an appointment that I had set up a month before with my intuitive massage therapist. And I walked in and she was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And I said, I'm in a very dark place right now and I'm just being in it. So she did some beautiful energy work, which I needed for my body to help move that through since I had gone so deep into the darkness, which I think is a beautiful thing when you can go there. And then the next day, I love Kundalini yoga. And so I show up and I'm the only person in the class. And my teacher says to me, who's just an amazing master, I'm not kidding, especially with Kundalini yoga, says to me, well, what do you want to work on? I'm like, well, let me tell you. So that the whole class was about supporting my body and moving this energy and healing. And it was so profoundly beautiful. I was so in gratitude for the love and support that I have when I'm going through these challenging times. It's just amazing to me. And since that time, I have truly been liberated from some of the fear and the doubt that was always in the background, that just hangs around. Something profound had shifted with me doing that, the activation of all vows and contracts made out of fear are null and void. I'm telling you, I felt like it was happening. And I just have found this new power and strength within me to share my truth and to have some really strong boundaries, and with people that I really care about, that I would normally just gloss it over. Well, I'm just not willing to do that anymore. I want to be in partnerships and relationships that are truly empowering, and where we respect each other and we honor each other. So I was really able to put up some really awesome boundaries around that. And my life has shifted profoundly, and I've had some pretty intense things happen since then, but how I'm showing up in them is totally different. So I just invite you to ask yourself, what is my truth? And be really honest about what your truth is, and to be aware of what your truth is, and to acknowledge and bring it up, to be seen, to be heard, to be acknowledged, so that you too can be liberated from those old thoughts, beliefs, and patterns that are not holding you back, but are in the field of you being the most magnificent person that you desire to be. To just acknowledge those so that they can actually be alchemized, because as soon as you do that they've been acknowledged, and then they can just leave your field. It's not like they're not part of your humanity, because they are, and those are very important, but you can be more liberated. They can be more in partnership with you instead of against you. So I hope that helps. I hope that some of you can just be more kind and loving to yourself as we go through these times right now. And yeah, we've got this. And I've got a beautiful course coming up. It's a breath work and a hypnotherapy activation that's really going to support us all in the next few months, which I think are going to be very big energetically. And it's with breath work and then with the hypnotherapy activation. So the breath work helps move those denser blocks or energies that are in the body. And then we're going to go in and fill them up with beautiful, magnificent pieces of remembering who you truly are. So I just invite you to come play with us. It's at my home. It's going to be fabulous. And I'm here to support and love you through these times, because I know who you are. Much love.